Video for everybody coming into Griffin, coming up into the booth, the AV booth. Step number one is to go ahead and turn on this rack. Power button there. Of course, everything on this rack should then power up. All the wireless receivers and so forth. Right, the video recorder down there. And also what that does, that turns on the video switcher. All right, so that's step number one, to make sure all that comes on. Step number two is to go ahead and turn on the audio mixer with the button here in the back. Of course, that should power up. There we go. Step number three, turn on the iMac here with the power button in the back. And that, of course, will boot up. And the last step is to turn on the power for the speakers, which are up there, and all the power for the lights, which are up there. All right, that come back to this room here, and there are two circuit breakers in this panel. The top two, this one, that one. This one shouldn't be off, but let's go ahead and turn that on. That's probably the stage. Everything else should be on. Then of course at that point, you will see the lights for the speakers are now on. Okay. Last step is to come back to the booth and turn on the lighting computer. So we'll turn on the lighting computer, power button there. That will then boot up. And while that's booting up, we'll then grab the remote to the projector, which is here, and point it towards the projector with the on button here. Point it towards the projector, hit it, and it should power on. So let's just walk towards it. Make sure that it's coming up. And I can see the light flashing. See the green light flashing, that means that it should be powering up. And if we look at the screen, here it comes. Still kind of warming up. And now that green flashing light should be a solid green, which it is, so it's ready to go. Last step, of course, is to plug up the camera here, which is pretty self-explanatory, but we'll go ahead and shoot that video as well. Then you'll have everything on that you need to be on. So right now, nothing's on a projector because, of course, there's no camera plugged up or nothing on the computer as of yet. So we'll get that going here next.